Hi everyone, this video is for section 7.7, modeling changing amplitudes and midlines. This particular question is number 6 from your practice problems. A population of deer oscillates 15 above and below average during the year, reaching the lowest value in January. The average population starts at 800 deer and increases by 110 each year. Find a function that models the population p in terms of the months since January, and we're calling that variable t. Okay, so notice that in this case we're basically saying that we're following, our midline is not actually a set value in this case. They're actually describing it in the second sentence where they're saying the average population starts at 800 deer and increases by 110 each year. So let's go ahead and kind of identify what we need to know for the midline first. So our midline, which we've always established was k, is actually going to be equal to a linear relationship, that mx plus b. In this case, we actually have all the information that we need in order to construct what the midline should be. We know that we're increasing by 110 deer each year, so that's our slope, and it will be positive. And we also know that we have a starting value of 800 deer. So the next thing that we can do is we can go ahead and identify the amplitude. Our amplitude, which we identified as A, we're basically talking about how far above and below are we moving around that midline. So in this case, they kind of tell you right away we are oscillating 15 above and below the average. So in this case, our midline is 15. Now we can talk about the period, which we've denoted as P. And since we are talking about something that's annual, we know that our period in this case will be 12 months. So this permits us then to determine what our horizontal stretch or compression should be. Recall that we can find b by doing 2 pi divided by the period. So this is 2 pi divided by 12, which simplifies down to pi over 6. The last thing that we need to denote here is what kind of sinusoidal function are we using. And we are saying that the lowest value is in January. So if we let January be our time 0, or our beginning time, we're starting at the bottom. So if we're starting at the bottom, this equates to a negative cosine. So the general structure that we're looking at then is going to be P is going to be equal to the amplitude times our negative cosine of b times t plus our midline. So let's go ahead and drop everything in. So we'll have P is equal to, again, that negative is attached to the fact that it's a negative cosine. Our amplitude will be 15 cosine of our b in this case we said was pi 6 t plus, and remember our midline now is no longer a horizontal line here, where usually in our past problems our midline has always been just a straight horizontal line. Because our line is changing during that year, and we're after January, we're continuing to increase. Like, even though we're oscillating, we are oscillating over an increasing line. So in this case, our midline will be 110x plus 800. And here is our final solution. I hope this explanation was helpful. If you do have any other questions, please let me know.